fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions. Fact, don't ask, grab reactions. Jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused. Call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Izuku, Midoriya, and tokoyami. Now, in comparison to the other way the series was going to go, instead of Midoriya and tokoyami being seen as heroes and Bakugo being seen as a villain, these three are all actually a whole lot closer. With the fact that Midoriya's father is always out on hero work and Inko does sometimes get very busy, she would either watch Bakugo in her free time with her kids, or Mitsuki would end up watching Midoriya and tokoyami. Now, with that being said, these three would be the best of friends, and they were seen as the Three Musketeers of Power. Since any time anyone got in trouble, it was always one of those three. Now, with that being said, we will pick up today, where the teacher, he is informing everyone about what they would like to do after middle school. Him then tossing the papers and saying that he's just kidding. He's aware that all of them want to apply to hero schools. Now, after that, I was actually happening to have Bakugo, who does jump up and say that of course they're going to apply to hero schools, talking about how him and his friends here are all going to get in the UA. Now, Midoriya would actually jump up as well, and remark that he's going to become the #1 hero one day. To which you do then have Bakugo, who does just shout like hell. He'll be his damn sidekick. And Midoriya would shout back at Bakugo that, as if, and that they can settle the score right here and now. Now, Bakugo would just say, yeah, they can. After about an hour, he's not going to fall for that trick again. The sun's almost directly up in the sky, and it's at the maximum absorption rate for sunlight. Damn it. We can fight again after an hour. Maybe then you'll see that I'm better. As if. You've never beaten me before. Don't question me, Deku. Now, tokoyami would be the one to calm these two down, talking about how if they're going to fight, try not using their quirks. Now, a lot of people do hear what tokoyami is saying, and they are kind of curious. Now, with that being said, school does end, and you do then have afterwards where Bakugo, he's calmed down some, as he does ask Midoriya and tokoyami what they should do today. I don't know. How about we head to the mall? Really? That's it? Bakugo? Well, I mean, yeah. You still owe me lunch, and besides, there's this new arcade that opened up. I think it'd be fun. Arcade? Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, there's a burger place nearby. Then it all works out well, right? Now, Midoriya would pack up his stuff, and he would just tell them that he'll meet them downstairs, as he does go to walk over to a window. Now, Bakugo does stare at Midoriya, asking him if he's really going to try doing that again. To which Midoriya would just say that he can do it. Now, Midoriya would open the window and actually go to throw himself over, as he does have his feet facing outwards, looking down past the second story. Midoriya taking a breath in as he does try to focus. As he does feel orbs of light begin to form underneath his shoes. Now, Midoriya he also does then look down, as he does try to at least create a line of it. And he does ask Light Shadow for a bit of help. Now, Light Shadow would extend from Midoriya's body and create this pole that Midoriya seeks to slide down on. As Midoriya he does actually go to bring his feet down onto it as he does go to move to the side. Now, Midoriya would slide down, and he does have to keep his balance. As a lot of people would see Midoriya do that and then actually go to land hard onto his feet, before he does just go to stand back up. Now, a few minutes later, you do actually have Bakugo and Tokoyami, who would come walking out and see Midoriya. You just have to show off more and more, don't you? Please. I'm getting the hang of it. Besides, you're just jealous. About what? About all the nifty stuff I can do with my quirk. I mean, yeah, creating objects is harder, but as long as they're simple, it's easy. What is it? I can at least, Midoriya holding up his hand into the form of a finger gun, so that he can at least figure out the trick his mom does use for that. Now, this does actually surprise Bakugo, asking Midoriya if he's finally done it before at least. No. I tried it once, but it was like a pea shooter. It was annoying and embarrassing. I was trying to show off and it just did not work out. So like every time you try and show off. Hey! Now, Tokoyami would actually somewhat laugh at that, telling them that they should all just go to the mall. Now, the three would go to head here. And we do actually then have the sludge villain, who he would emerge from the tunnel he was in, and he would look around, as he does turn in a direction and go to run. However, quickly All Might, he would emerge from the tunnel, and turn to see the sludge villain as he just rounds by a corner, as he does go to hunt this guy down. And he would quickly take the villain down and put him in his pocket, as he would go to leap away and actually, mid-flight, the villain would fall out over the mall. Bakugo, or All Might, barely being able to land right before getting out of his buff form, and cutting it very, very close. Now, with that being said, we do actually then have Midoriya, as he's already ordered some food from the person at a burger place, as they would hand Midoriya his drinks and his order number. Now, as that's all said and done, Midoriya he does check to see how much cash he does have left. Shit. I might not have enough to play enough games. Then again, I could probably get Tokoyami to spot me. Well, Mom does owe me an allowance, too. Then again, I don't want to bug her about all that. She's been kinda busy. And so is Dad. I mean, he's around to train Tokoyami, but now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever really spent time with him like that. Now, Midoriya is thinking about all this, as Tokoyami would break his focus, talking about how, there's something going on over there, as he would point in a direction. Now, Midoriya, he would go to turn his head upwards, and look to see what is happening. Now, Midoriya, he does actually go to run up, and see what's going on, as him and his brother are talking about how something is happening with that person. They're being attacked by a villain. Now, Midoriya he does actually run to the front of the crowd, and you do see the villain who's struggling with this person. And you do actually have Midoriya, who does ask Light Shadow if he's ready to actually fight. You can't be serious, are you? Stepping in there. I am. Besides, it's an excellent way to test myself, isn't it? Against an actual villain. Besides, look at this guy. What it would say. As you do watch as it's trying to contain this one person. Now, Midoriya, he does actually go to bring his hands up. As his fingertips do begin to start glowing. As Midoriya does tell Light Shadow to create the armor he's had an idea for. Now, Light Shadow does begin to do this, covering Midoriya's arms with its own body. As Midoriya's feet do both begin to glow. Now, everyone is having to avert their eyes from how bright this young kid is. And Midoriya, he would then ask Light Shadow if he's ready to at least combine strength for a bit of time. Whatever. However, if you're going to create constructs, just let me know. Yeah, I know. But listen, the moment I give the word, you need to create them. And I'm going to try at least to blast this thing to bits before I can get that person out. Now, Light Shadow would actually just nod, or at least say something that could be attributed to a nod. And Midoriya, he would actually then go rushing in, as he does tell Light Shadow sword. Now, Light Shadow does begin to create something in Midoriya's hand, as Midoriya does go rushing forwards at heightened speeds. And everyone does watch this. As Midoriya, he would actually go to leap up and slice into the sludge villain with this power. The sludge villain actually screaming out in pain as that sword, it burns with the light of the sun. Now, as it does happen, Midoriya does go flying upwards towards a building. And he actually would tell Light Shadow he needs a wall now. Light Shadow creating a wall in front of Midoriya. And Midoriya, he does actually go to grab it, and then he does go to spin around. As he does turn around to face the sludge villain, who is very confused. Turning to look at that, it was bright, and he did have to avert his eyes. As Midoriya, he does come rushing back, and he does actually then go to fire a blast from his finger. And strike the villain in the eyes. As Midoriya, he does get in close. And the moment he does, he actually does go to tell Light Shadow that he does need something brighter. Now, Midoriya, he would go to throw his hands into the villain. And the villain does scream out in pain as these gauntlets are burning away at him. Midoriya actually then going to pull apart the sludge villain, as it is screaming and trying to gain its composure, and reform its own eyes. Now, Midoriya would just then grab this person, as he would pull them closer to him and then go to leap backwards away. Now, Midoriya would do this, as he did have to destroy the gauntlet on his right hand to not hurt this person. And Midoriya's left hand's gauntlet did get actually longer and wider to go for his entire body. Now, this was very interesting, as Midoriya, he would have then done one simple thing. He would have, with his left hand, go to create daggers or at least small little blades that would float up into the air. And Midoriya, he would go to blast those at the sludge villain, as they would all hit and explode. Now, the sludge villain would be destroyed, as he does go falling down to the ground in a dead puddle. Now, as it does happen, Midoriya, he does go smashing down to the ground. And he does actually hurt his back, as he's breathing a bit heavily. Oh, that was interesting. Now, you do actually then have people who do come running over and helping Midoriya up. Whoa, kid, are you okay? I'm fine. Now, the gauntlet would just go back into Midoriya's body, and people would be asking about Midoriya's weird quirk. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my quirk is the ability to manipulate light. And, well, I do kind of have this being where Light Shadow would pop up, talking about how he does have a passenger aboard. Hmm? Whoa, that's a sentient quirk, isn't it? Those are rare. Yeah. It doesn't really help that I'm also the son of a pro hero. Hmm? Really? Now, you do actually have All Might in the crowd. He saw exactly how well the young boy was handling this, and he was going to rush in just as Midoriya pulled this young person out. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, after being praised by people and pros, he does then actually have this person he did help out walk up to him and give him a swift thank you, as it was a cute girl. Midoriya then actually at least trying to say that it was no real problem, and that he is going to be a pro hero whenever he does get in the UA. Hmm? Really? You're going to try out for the hero school? Hmm? Yeah, I am. What is it? I do got some training to go. And my skills, they're a bit harder to manage, especially with you trying to work in tandem with someone else, you know? Hey, I let you have complete control over all that. All I did was the wall. Hmm? I know. Hmm? Are you okay? Sorry, I'm talking to my quirk. That's kind of weird. You gotta be careful with that, though. People might think you're crazy. I know, I know. Anyways, have a good one. What I would say, going to walk away. As Midoriya, he would go to pick up his food and plans would be changed. Everybody around Midoriya is trying to, well, follow him and at least try and talk to him a bit more. Midoriya can't even get alone time at the arcade, so he did just decide to head home. Him and Tokoyami, as Bakugo did still play on. Now, we do actually then have Midoriya. Whenever he got home, Inko was waiting for him, as she did want to scold her son about what happened today. However, she does know that he had the best intention. Hmm? Mom, I don't know why you're mad. 'Cause you could have gotten hurt. I know, but I heal, remember? That healing light thing you taught me. Hmm, I understand that, but that still doesn't help. It can only heal minor cuts and scratches. It can't heal wounds bigger than that. Okay, Mom. I get it. Besides, my quirk's different from yours. Hmm? I understand that. But you have to be careful. Alright, Mom, fine. Now, with that being said, we do actually cut over to Hisashi Midoriya, who he heard about this incident with his son during his break with his hero agency. And he does wonder about it all, as he does currently head out on patrol. And he would meet with fans and talk to a few people, along with other pro heroes. As Hisashi Midoriya, or the Shadow Hero, he would actually go to fight off against some very powerful villains today, or at least people from a gang. Now, Hisashi, whenever he does have shadows all around him, he is at a very high advantage. He can manipulate them into weapons and armor. Along with that, he can move between two spaces covered in shadows. Now, Hisashi does particularly like to use this ability to frighten villains a lot. And they all do seem to be quite scared whenever this all does happen. Now, we do actually have where Hisashi, he's trying to frighten villains. and warn them that he's coming for them. He's coming for them. Now, multiple villains are hearing this all coming from different shadows, and none of them are really even able to understand what's happening. As Hisashi does actually pop out from behind a man in his own shadow, and he does go to reach around the man's face as the man does see claws. The man going to open his mouth and scream as Hisashi does cover the man's mouth and go to pull him downwards towards the ground, and incapacitate the man. Now, you do actually have a man who does have a weird quirk, or a somewhat flashy quirk, where he does actually fill the entire area full of electricity today. And he does actually send out a large shock to every area around the warehouse. Now, Hisashi, who was hiding in this man's shadow, he was electrocuted, as he does go to jump up out of it and hit the ground. Now, the man would actually go to look down at Hisashi and talk about how he's been messing with him and his gang for quite some time, and that the number 13 Shadow Hero isn't all that much to talk about. I'll show you. Now, Hisashi would get angry and talk about how he does have backup. Now, the person is confused as someone from Hisashi's own agency would come in and actually help out Hisashi with his battle, as he was trying to train another person with a shadow quirk. And they were having a bit of trouble. Now, Hisashi and his quote-unquote intern immediately take out this electric guy, and they are able to quickly take down the rest of the gang. As this guy, he does know Hisashi's face, and he does also at least know this intern's face. And he does just think, whenever he does get out, he's going to find Hisashi, and he's going to kill him. That being what he does thinks, as he does go through processing, and he's taken to jail for a minor offense, quote unquote. Now, Hisashi wasn't able to pin a whole lot on him. However, he was able to get him for suspicious or illegal activity. Now, this would actually go to piss Midoriya off, or piss Hisashi off. There was clearly more around this guy, and he was only able to get him pinned for one simple thing. Now, with that being said, he would head home and learn about what happened with his kids. Now then, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.